Hello everyone, I hope you are fit and fine. Today, in this video session, we are going to focus on critical appreciation of the poem Somebody's Mother. So let's start the critical appreciation of the poem Somebody's Mother. So we all know it very well. Whenever we are doing the critical appreciation of any one of the poem, as per board examination pattern, we need to discuss about total 5 points. And these 5 points are title, poet, rhyme scheme, figure of speech, and the last point is theme or central idea of the poem. So, the title of the poem is Somebody's Mother. It elaborates the idea that what goes around comes around. So, that is the title, and this is the speciality of the title. Or the title indicates that what goes around comes around. Poet, already you know it very well. The poem has been written by Mary Doe Bryan, who was an American poet, and of course she was one of the famous American poet. The third thing, rhyme scheme. The rhyme scheme of the poem is AABB. Mary Doe Bryan has used couplets. Two lines couplets she has used, and the rhyme scheme is AABB. The fourth point is figure of speech. In this point, we need to at least elaborate one figure of speech from the poem. So here I have explained the example of the simile. Come happy boys like a flock of sheep. So here the boys are directly compared to a flock of a sheep. And the last point is theme or central idea of the poem. So the poem highlights the importance of compassion and how each stranger is important in someone's life, and how we should help others so that even our loved ones are helped by the others. It reveals the beauty of helping others. It teaches us to be empathetic towards each other. So it's very important to become empathetic towards each other, and those who are in difficult condition, those who are in trouble, you need to help them. So this is the central concern of this poem. So after discussing critical appreciation, we are moving towards poetic devices which were used in this poem. So many figures of speech used by the Mary Doe Bryan, and here we are going to discuss the first figure of speech, which is the major one, inversion. Inversion means sometimes poets change the correct grammatical prose order of words in line of a poem. This may be to emphasize something or to make lines rhyme. And here I have mentioned one example of inversion for kind of information. And the example is, and the woman's feet with age were slow. So in this line, the correct grammatical prose order is not correct, and the words are not arranged in the correct prose order. The correct order is, and the woman's feet were slow with age. So that is the correct prose order. But to make a rhythm, to create the rhythm in the poem, Mary Doe Bryan has used the major figure of speech, inversion. After the discussion about inversion, we're going towards the next figure of speech, that is alliteration. Already we have discussed so many examples of alliteration. So alliteration means what? This is a term to describe a literary device in which a series of words begin with the same consonant sound. So here remember we have the consonant sound at the initial starting of the word, and that sound is repeated. So here I have taken one example of alliteration. None offered a helping hand to her. Just guess which consonant sound is repeated. So of course, the sound of her is repeatedly used for poetic effect. Helping hand. Both the words started with consonant sound her. Helping hand. So here we have alliteration. After this, we are going to discuss about tautology. Tautology is a new figure of speech for you. Sometimes a line in a poem may contain two or more words that convey the same meaning. जहाँ पे दो ऐसे वर्ड हैं कि जिनका मीनिंग एक जैसा है या एक ही मीनिंग को क्या करते हैं, एक्सप्रेस करते हैं, तो ऐसे फिगर ऑफ स्पीच को क्या कहते हैं, टॉटोलॉजी. एंड हियर आई हैव टेकन वन एग्जांपल ऑफ टॉटोलॉजी. Pass the woman so old and grey. So here in this particular statement we have two words, old and grey, which expresses similar meaning. Both the words indicates the age of the person, old and grey. So these words express similar meaning. That's why we have tautology in the above statement. After the discussion on tautology, we are moving towards the next figure of speech, that is Synecdoche. Synecdoche, a figure of speech in which a part is made to represent the whole or vice versa. If any one of the part is made to represent the whole, or maybe the whole is representing the part, so that time remember this figure of speech is called as synecdoche. The pronunciation of this particular word is synecdoche. Remember that, synecdoche. And here I have taken one example of synecdoche. His young heart, happy and well content. So the heart as a part is used to refer to the boy as a whole. So here part is representing the whole. It means heart, this word represents the whole boy. So whenever such kind of the thing is happened, that time remember we have synecdoche in this statement. And this is a new figure of speech for you. So remember this figure of speech and its speciality. So after discussion on synecdoche, we are moving towards the next figure of speech, that is transferred epithet. A transferred epithet is a figure of speech in which a modifier means usually an adjective, qualifies a noun other than the person or thing it is actually describing. So here it's very important that adjective qualifies a noun other than the person or thing it is actually describing. So I have taken one example here. Unheeding the glance of her anxious eye. So the here we have an adjective, that is anxious, and the epithet anxious is transferred from the old woman to her eye. So this figure of speech is also new for you. So if adjective qualifies a noun other than the person or thing it is actually describing, so that time it is called as a transfer epithet. So these are the major figure of speech which used in the poem. So poetess Mary Bryan has used so many figures of speech. So these are the major one. She has also used repetition and alliteration as well. So this is all about the critical appreciation of the poem Somebody's Mother. I hope you have understood all the poetic devices which were used in this poem. So thank you everyone. Stay home, stay safe, stay tuned.